Frank, morning. It's been obviously a fantastic few games, few results. 9 points from nine. What's kind of changed over the last couple of weeks to produce that consistency, and what have you been working on to get there?
Well, we worked through the year, and obviously football brings you different challenges all the way through. Lads worked really hard into the Middlesbrough game. We had some good preparation for it because of the schedule. The players that we brought in, time to work with them and work regularly with them and work hard. We'd fatigued a bit over the Christmas period, and been good energy in the group, good organisation in the group, good feeling off the back of Middlesbrough, and we continued that through the next two games. And yeah, it's been positive.
And I should think welcome, because I know you've been talking about how hard you've all been working. Is there a sense of relief that there is that momentum again and there's consistency?
No, we're just happy. I think it's important from my part that I, in the first one, because there's a lot of pressure from the outside. There's a lot of scrutiny on players and scrutiny on groups, and everyone wants to highlight a good patch, which is fine. So you shouldn't get too high, and then they want to highlight a patch where you're not getting the results that you were. For us, it's just about continuing the work. When momentum comes, I feel like it's generally deserved because of the work you put in. So we just need to continue.
Okay, and what kind of approach do you take to ensure? I know when we spoke right at the beginning of the season, when there was that real run, it was like keep everybody in check, etc. But you obviously want to keep that momentum going. So how are you balancing that?
Yeah, always focus on the next game. Take confidence from the good things. Always look where we can improve, and there's certainly things in those three wins that we can improve in different ways. Yeah, so always look at the next one. Probably don't look too far ahead, because now everyone will start talking about what may be and what others may do and all that stuff. Not important for us. Take confidence from the good things out of performances. See what we can do better, because we can for sure. Yeah, keep focus, I guess.
One of the things that you spoke to Rob Gurney about on BBC CWR in the post-match was the personality of the team and the identity of the team. Are you seeing more of what you wanted in the last three games?
Yeah, I think that the team have grown that this season generally, and probably from the year that we've been together. You know, I feel it's a stronger team, a stronger group in a better place because of the work that they've done, individuals and collective. So I think you have to earn that feeling as a group, and grow as lads, as a group, as well as the technical side and all those things. Because taking on Borough at home when they're in good nick off the back of 6 wins, going to Sheffield United away when they're on a bit of a rise, and we know they're a strong team in the league, getting results. It's not just football; it's also how you approach the game and how you deal with resilience moments within the game, etc. And we've shown that side of us. So again, very good. And it must continue. The minute you relax on that, you can lose that. So it's all that is always for me a work in progress with the group.
And the balance of midfield now, Frank Onyeka's made it feels like a huge difference. Are you pleased with what you're seeing in there?
Yeah, we brought him in for a reason. He's a different profile to what we had. I think he's really helped us. I don't want to forget the midfield that won 10 out of 11 earlier in the season either. And I think that's important. There's a lot of players in this group that really helped to that. When you talk about Grimes, Victor Torp, Jamie Allen, Josh Eccles, those things, there was a reason why we were top of the league with that group too. But in this moment, we felt Frank could help, and he has helped us, and that's great. So now the competition is even higher, and that's what we need if we want to try and get to where we want to get to.
And more than ever, a squad game, especially in a championship where you get game after game after game like we are in at the minute.
Yeah, and that's where we're in a stronger position. There's no doubt, and we wanted to be, and we are, and we have to try and make that count. Whether it be the competitive nature of training, for me, and I mentioned Middlesbrough before. The week's training into Middlesbrough was probably the best week we've had since I've been here, and it was one part of that reason was we had 21 players, I think, at that point with a couple of injuries, really competing to be in the first team. Sometimes we were training with 5 younger players. Great for them to have experience. We were doing it very regularly. That made it a really good week. So training was competitive, and then also competition to try and start games or come on and impact games. And I think the subs in the last few games have also come on and given really good impact, whether it be to help finish the result, whatever, sustain the work that we're doing. If wingers are tired, next winger comes on. If the 9 and 10 are tired, next ones come on. And that's a massive thing for us that we want to hopefully have to the end of the season.
Yeah, and that kind of competition for places has seen Joel Latibeaudiere feature, and he's really proven himself, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's a great example because that's football. And Joel may have felt in the run where the back four was very consistent and we were getting results. You know, where's my chance coming? And Joel's attitude is always to train out there very, very well, be a positive influence around the group, and then his time comes, take it. It's an example for everyone.
Stoke isn't next up, obviously. It's Legends Day at the CBS Arena. And Mark Robins is obviously no stranger to this football club at all. They can stay quite late in games. It seems to be like a Mark Robins trait was when he was here. How do you prepare and make sure the squad's got that mentality and the team's got that mentality to stay alert and focused right through the 90 minutes and beyond?
Well, we have to. We work towards that all the time. The game's 90 plus, 96, 97 minutes generally now, and can be won and lost in those last parts of the game, no matter what. So Stoke don't concede many goals. I think they've conceded the least goals this season. I know they have, which will always keep them in a game if they have that sort of record. So that's part of the course. You have to be ready to go to the end.
And would you expect them to be coming with a defensive approach and low block, and how you prepare for that?
No, not necessarily low block. They play quite a high line. They're the highest line in the league in terms of how they try and stay up the pitch as a back line. So I expect them to be difficult to break down. We've played 2 games against them and they've not been easy to break down. We've won 1 game and then we lost a game in the cup. So I expect pretty similar. They've changed shape a bit recently. Some of it maybe because of personnel, some of it because maybe of a slightly different approach, but the basics remain the same. So they won't be easy to break down for sure.
But you have home advantage at the CBS Arena, which has been an absolute fortress for you and the team. What kind of difference is that going to make?
Well, we hope it does, because that's never a given. We have to make it that, and we've made it that a lot. So let's remember those things. Fan engagement, fans have been great for us, and hopefully they're feeling good off the back of the last 3 results and understand we'll need their help as we always do, and then the players to do our job. If we can do that together, then we've shown ourselves to have a big chance in every game we play. But the minute we drop any of that, we won't.
Any injuries or anything to talk about?
No.
Okay, and then it's Legends Day, which is a special day at the CBS Arena always, and there'll be a lot of former players obviously there going out on the pitch. Does it create a different kind of buzz having something like that? The former players always say that Coventry City do this really well comparative to other clubs, and it as a fan it's always great to see everybody return. So how does it feel for you?
No, I noticed it last year that they do it really well. It's really important for me. I've worked at a few clubs now. I've seen it done less well in different clubs. I think you should respect all the legends, players that have played, managers that have managed. I think everyone wants that. History is a huge part of this football club. I appreciated it last year when we did it. I thought the fans, certainly you get the feeling they appreciate it. Slightly different for the players because they're really focused on the job in hand. But for everyone else around it, I think it's a really good thing. And yeah, I think the ex-players are held with great respect at the club, as they should be.
And just a final word then on what kind of you briefly touched on what you were expecting from Mark Robins' team. What kind of a challenge overall do they present in terms of being different from what you've gone through in the last 3 games?
Well, every game is different. Borough was different to West Brom, which was different to Sheffield United. We know that they're going to be difficult to break down, as I say, which it doesn't mean they're a low block. They'll press. They'll certainly come to press us, I believe. And they have talented players in their team. They're a good squad in this league, there's no doubt. We felt that in the games that we played them, as I said. So I expect a challenge. I think our job is to really focus on our position and lay it out for the players, but maybe our first job is to make sure that we're right. So if we're right at the CBS and we get our jobs right and we play with the right energy, as we did against Middlesbrough, it will look different to Middlesbrough, but if we can get our energy right and our intensity in our game, then I believe we can get a good result. So sort out our end is my point.
Thanks very much for moving this. Really appreciate it. It's been a fantastic batch of 3 games for Coventry City going into Stoke at the CBS Arena, and you've been a key part of that. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been obviously great to be in the team, great to be back playing, and like you said, getting the 3 points in all 3 of the games was massive, especially the 2 away games back to back, because our away form dipped slightly, so being able to back up the home game that we had with 2 away wins was it was a really big step forward.
And it feels as though Coventry City are back in terms of just that momentum, the confidence, the all-round performances that we were seeing at the beginning of the season after that bit of a dip. Is that how it feels to everybody as well?
Yeah, you could say so. I don't think it was in terms of like we was lacking confidence and things like that. Football, especially in the championships, not just a straight incline. You're gonna have your dips now and there, and players are starting to find their form again, find the back of the net, and I think that's what it's down to: the hard work that we do on the training pitch, and yeah, it's paid off.
And how have you dealt with that? Because no, Frank Lampard's been talking about how hard you do work out there on that training pitch. How much patience has it required for you to put in that grind week day after day, week after week, for you to get this opportunity to be there in the starting 11?
Yeah, every time you step onto the pitch, it's a blessing. So you've got to not take it for granted. And I always know that hard work pays off. So just getting my head down, getting back to basics, and then I genuinely think that's why we've been so good this season as well. Training this season has been such a high pace and really intense. Everyone's really buying in and listening to every single bit of detail. So yeah, the way we work on the training pitch, how hard we all work, is the reason why I think we are where we are.
And is that hard work? Have you got anything to? Is it comparable to anything you've done before? Perhaps when you've been with the England squad, etc., the under-20s or whatever. Have you been? Is this level of training distinctive for you in terms of what you've experienced before?
Yeah, when in my youth career, when we won things, the level of training was also always up there and high. But I think that is really what the gaffer and his staff have brought into the team. The mentality, the winner's mentality, but also how important it is to train as you play. And I believe that's how he trained when he was part of his winning teams. So I do think that's one of the biggest things that he's brought to the club.
Um, he's obviously brought a lot of energy. He's brought a lot of expertise and an enormous amount of experience. For you, what is it like to be being coached and managed by Frank Lampard?
Yeah, it's been great. Since he's come in, he hit the ground running, and like I said, I really think the biggest thing that he's, especially for me, is mentality. The way he approaches every game, and you see him on the training pitch all the time. It's about mentality and having that winner's mentality. So learning that from him, it's been great.
And what are the areas of your own game that you've been particularly able to work on? The mentality, obviously, you've just mentioned, but when you're out there on the training pitch, what are the areas that you're still looking to continue to improve on?
Looking to improve everything, but I feel like what's improved since the gaffer's come in is my positioning, my positional awareness, organising in front of me, and just like basic things, clearances, simple passes, those sort of things.
And what's it like to be a member of this particular Coventry City team?
Yeah, it's been great. I've been here for 3 seasons now, like a lot of the boys, and it's almost like a family now. So yeah, it's great.
So in which case, if it's like a family, who's the big brother to you and who's your little brother?
I'd say big brother is definitely Bidders. He drives training every day. He's such a leader amongst the group, and yeah, he's helped me a lot this season. And then little bro, I'd say Milan. Always got to make sure he's switched on, on time to things, stuff like that.
Okay, I mean, it does seem like you guys have the most fun. Obviously, you're here to work and you're working hard, but it's really important that you're also enjoying day-to-days, and that workplaces, wherever they are, need to be a fun place to be, right?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
Stoke next. It's Legends Day, of course, at the CBS Arena tomorrow. What's it like having that CBS energy, which has been it's been a fortress really this season for you?
Yeah, and I do think that's the reason why. It really is like having a 12th man out there. There's been a lot of games where the energy that the players have had to feed off has ended up helping us get over the line. So we love playing at the CBS, and we can't wait for tomorrow.
And Legends Day is something that you would have experienced already before. Frank Lampard was talking a bit about how the players, obviously you guys are really focused on what you're doing, but it does bring a different energy to the CBS Arena when you know that there is that tangible history of the football club right there.
Mm-hmm. I only think it only brings positive energy. Sorry, and the fans. It'll be great for the fans as well to to see and to witness it as well. So I'm sure their energy will be even higher than it normally is.
And then one day in the very, very long away future, it might be that you're back.
Maybe one day if I'm lucky.
One day.
Maybe.
What kind of a threat does Stoke bring, and what kind of challenge do you expect to have on the pitch tomorrow?
You know, one of the things being top of the league is everyone wants to beat you. Everyone wants to bring their A game and wants to win. You know, so that is one of the things that Stoke will bring. They got a good result the other day, and yeah, they'll cause us a few threats that I'm sure we'll go through today. Look over and we'll prepare and yeah, we'll turn up tomorrow.
And that is that the kind of challenge that you're relishing, that kind of top of the league pressure.
Yeah, like a lot of us said, that pressure is you know, it's something to look forward to. It's something that you've got to take and be lucky for, because that's the sort of pressure that you want to be under.
Yeah, far better to be at that end of the table with pressure than
Yeah,
the other
of course,
end
of course.
clearly. And I appreciate it's one day, it's one game at a time when you're at this stage of the season and you are top of the league. Talk to me about the belief that there is, though, within the group and within yourself that something very special could happen.
Yeah, we've given ourselves a great opportunity, and yeah, our team is full of belief and yeah, full of confidence, and we really want to get this job done.